everyone, we are Team 1, and it is our pleasure today to show you the marketing plan for Tabasco.
Hello everyone, I'm going to show you some basic information about the Tabasco brand. First one is about the history of the brand. In 1868, Edmund McElhaney found a family company named Tabasco on the Avery Island of Louisiana. And he developed the recipe for the original sauce and then passed down from generation to generation. Still now, over 150 years of operation, the company is still family owned. As the company get more popularity, the company now has a grower in Africa, South America, and also the Central America. And about the ingredients, the Tabasco consists of vinegar, red pepper, and just a little bit of salt. Next, I'm talking about the process of producing the sauce. After being made from various fields from the world, the chilies are turned into mass with salt, and then they are sealed in the white old barrels. The barrel is sealed, and then a layer of salt is poured over the top of the barrels, and then they are allowed to age for 3 years before proceeding. After that, the mass is quality checked and taken to the machines to be mixed with the vinegar and then be stirred for about 1 month. After that, it is poured into column bottles, labeled and ready for distribution. About the flavor, Tabasco sauce has very simple flavor, like a tart taste with just a little bit of salt and sweetness. And the sauce particular flavor is the result of the fermentation process that takes place before the sauce is bottled. That's why customers often prioritize this sauce to be served with several delicacies.
Now to the marketing environment. First, we have the microenvironment, which includes competitors and marketing intermediaries. The competitors involve direct competitors and indirect competitors. And so far, the most famous direct competitors for Tabasco is the Sriracha hot sauce, which are famous around the world for its uses in Asian cuisines. And the indirect competitors are chili sauces that are locally produced in Vietnam that are famous upon the Vietnamese consumers, including Choli Mix, Chin Su, and Ochava. Now to the marketing intermediaries, we have retailers, resellers, and independent distributors. Tabasco sources its product to the wholesaler Công ty trách nhiệm hữu hạn thực phẩm An An, which are included in the bottles, and they will distribute it to famous grocery stores and supermarkets like Winmart, Annam Gourmet, and Coopmart. E-commerce sites such as Tiki.vn and Lazada are also included. Now to the customers, we have 4 markets: the consumer markets, which are direct consumers bought from these retailers and grocery stores. The reseller markets are retailers and wholesalers that bought from Tabasco. The business markets, restaurants that utilizes Tabasco, and international markets sold around 136 countries around the world. Now to the pest analysis. Political-wise, the changes to Vietnamese health policies and limit certain ingredients in Tabasco products due to the adverse effect upon the health of the Vietnamese population, and changes to import tax laws could impact the price of Tabasco products due to the fact that all Tabasco sauces are imported from the United States of America. Economic-wise, as Vietnam's GDP growth rate of 5% over the past 20 years, and the rising of disposable income as of 2020, which is $5,000 per household, Vietnamese consumers now are much more accessible to Tabasco sauces, which are $5 per bottle. Social-wise, the fact that there are 83,500 expats in Vietnam and the rising number of higher income class means that they have access to Western products and food, and Tabasco along with them. Many bistros also use Tabasco as people are now eating out more. And finally, the technological aspect, the introduction of new production lines and manufacturing technology in Vietnamese locally produced chili sauces could be a threat to Tabasco due to how fast and how cheap they produce their chili sauces.
So now I'm going to talk about the SWOT analysis of Tabasco. First of all, talking about the things that Tabasco has done very well, which are strengths. Firstly, about logo for over 150 years. Therefore, it makes its customer easier to recognize the brand. And another thing that makes Tabasco unique compared to its competitor is that this hot sauce is made out of all natural ingredients, just include pepper, salt, and vinegar. Therefore, Tabasco can ensure minimality. And last but not least, thanks to the long expiration date, Tabasco products can be distributed to other countries without being spoiled. So, however, there are some weaknesses that Tabasco needs to improve. Firstly, Tabasco doesn't offer a variety of product lines, and its main product is just a hot sauce. Therefore, it could be hard for Tabasco to expand its brand on the market. And secondly, Tabasco also doesn't have any financial support. So if they doesn't find any investor or collaborate with other businesses, it could be it result in the rise of some financial risk in some cases. And the last weakness is that due to the location on the island, which is far from the mainland, so when Tabasco transport its products to other regions, it could result in a rise in some logistic and supply costs. Moving on to the opportunity, an amazing beverage that Tabasco can go with is cocktail. If you go online and search for Tabasco source cocktail, you can see lots of types of cocktails that can mix with Tabasco, or you can try them also. So it is a good chance for Tabasco to work with some bars and restaurants. And it also can lead to the increase in the flavors and specialty sauce. And finally, talking about the external factors that could return the Tabasco brand. The Tabasco factory can suffer from some natural disasters such as hurricanes. To illustrate, in 2005, Hurricane Rita occurred on the island and caused some massive damage to the production of Tabasco. And finally, although Tabasco is one of the most famous hot sauce in the world, it also has faced some strong competitors such as Jinsu, which has done a very good job in marketing its product. So if Tabasco doesn't want to leave behind, it should focus more on its marketing strategy.
We will help to STDB strategy, which is including segmentation, targeting, differentiation, and positioning. Okay, so segmentation, I will brief shortly. So demographic is Tabasco is a general product, so no age restriction. So it depends upon the spice tolerance and also the customer demands. For instance, for the sweet and spicy sauce, it's for Asian people. They tend to use that for their Asian food. And for hot buffalo hot sauce, they use for the steakhouse. Behavioral, so business, aka restaurants, they use Tabasco in large quantity to serve for their customer. And whereas the individuals, they tend to buy small portion in order to use in the dish. Psychographic. People believe that when they put Tabasco in scrambled eggs, chicken wing, or seafood, they believe that when they do that, they will increase their dish, enhance the dish, and engage condiments into their daily meals. For targeting, Tabasco target and the differentiate market, which is designed to target in several market segments, and they're different in customer demands. For example, in Vietnam, we have original flavor, green pepper, and habanero for suitable food. Last but not least, differentiation. So we have more to vital point here. For packaging, as you can see in the paper, that there's modern design of Tabasco, which is still in plastic cap, but in the original design, they are still encoded in green wax, which is best for sprinkle. And lengthy processing, because we ferment it and then we keep it in order to make it spectacular flavor. So let's visualize our positioning map. So we compare our indirect and direct competitors to Sriracha and Tabasco. So in the high market share, you can see that Ông Chà Và, Jinsu, and Jolly Mix sold at a low price, whereas Sriracha and Tabasco sold at a very high price, but in a low market share. So hence, when we look at this, we can observe that customers prefer spending less money to their sources rather than spending a lot of money, but they cannot use it normally.
Okay, so in terms of Tabasco's promotion, can we move to the next slide? Wait. Okay, so in terms of promotion, Tabasco utilizes three main strategies, which are public relations, digital and social marketing, and direct marketing. So Tabasco targets customers who are fervent spice tasters, and they advertise on several different key media channels, which are Tabasco's website, Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, with three key messages, which are Tabasco brings out the unexpected in food, little bottle, big flavor, and bringing in the heat. Tabasco has also seized many editorial opportunities to bring its brand to the forefront of consumers' minds. They partner up with Chef Ryan and other influential chefs to promote Tabasco sauce. They also had major newspapers like Thanh Ninh newspaper in Vietnam or the New York Times in the United States to promote the Tabasco sauce. They also had media familiarization trips with media companies touring the manufacturing facility, and they also host special events in Hanoi, for example. There was a workshop in Hanoi promoting Tabasco sauce, so that's what they do for PR. Now, the downside to Tabasco's promotion strategies is that they fail to engage a large number of customers. They fail to engage a large number of audiences, and that's a hindrance to Tabasco's marketing and PR strategy. In its social media marketing, they emphasize spreading awareness about its brand, telling stories about the company's future, past, and present. They are also active on social media with posting very entertaining and fun clips on YouTube, and their Facebook page nets over 3.8 million followers. They also use search engine marketing, targeting customers who search for key terms on Google, but their disadvantage is that most of the content is in English. So most Vietnamese consumers cannot be reached with the English language that they provide. Now, the last promotion strategy is direct marketing. They sell directly via restaurants like 1868 or Pizza for Peas. But the disadvantage is that because it's sold mostly in Western restaurants, that it's hard to reach the larger segments of the Vietnamese consumer market.
Okay, so the next part is about Tabasco pricing strategy. Pricing strategy as the system and tactics that a management uses to determine the cost of their goods and services. To be more specific, Tabasco hopes to provide a high quality item for consumer to pay a fair price. So all three flavors could be priced at the same value. The company set the price that are based on the standard charge that offer in the stores. For example, the 15 OZ char is $2.99. The 24 OZ char is $4, and the 64 OZ char is $6. To give the impression that this product is cheaper than tortillas, this is the other brand of chili sauce. So Tabasco also updated $3 to $2.99. It might be easier for consumer to convert to a cheaper one. And due to its outstanding quality and reasonable price, Tabasco wants to make sure that its products are the consumer first option.
Okay, so I'm going to gloss over the place part. Tabasco follows a conventional distribution network, which our previous speaker has mentioned. And if you could skip to the next slide, yeah. Okay, so with Tabasco's distribution strategy, they distribute intensively to many big name, large, reputable supermarkets and retail chains in Vietnam. But that's actually also their disadvantage because they are mostly distributed in large retail chains that it's very hard to find Tabasco sauce in smaller, groceries or convenience stores, and that is the limitation in Tabasco's distribution strategy.
Okay, so as Kai mentioned, the market share for Tabasco is not very large. So we have made some proposals for 2023 to make this brand grow even greater. Okay, so our goal is to sell 5 million bottles in Vietnam within 12 months. And the estimated worth of revenue is $25 million. So we have figured out two main strategies. Firstly, through public relations, so-called PR, and as well as this, we also need to foster the distribution network. As for PR, the target media that we are going to do is firstly through online media. Social platforms like TikTok, YouTube, and Facebook are really popular nowadays. So our goal is to make cooking tutorials to illustrate Tabasco applications in a variety of dishes. As well as this, we also need to focus on the printed magazines which are displayed on airplanes. Okay, and the TikTokers that we have mentioned about are Nam Vlog, PT Vietnam, and Saigon Spring Roll. They make a lot of videos about Western cuisines. And these 4 YouTubers are also mentioned. As well as this, we can also make interviews with the culinary experts and famous chefs, such as Phạm Tuấn Hải. He has been the judge for Master Chef Vietnam for several years, and as well as this, we can interview with Christine Ha, the winner of Master Chef US. And furthermore, we can organize the exhibitions in Hanoi and Ho Chi Minh City. Okay, as previously stated, there is a problem seen in the distribution channel that make the market share of Tabasco lower. So in order to foster this, we need to fix the distribution channel by distribute these products through more friendly family markets, such as Top Market, which used to be Big C or WeMart. Okay, so that's it for our presentation. Thank you for listening.
Okay, so do you have any the PR activity for this product in 2023? Show me your PR activities in 2023 for this product.
That's PR activities. So we will invite Vietnamese celebrity chefs and with collaborations with like famous cooking shows and along with exhibitions throughout Ho Chi Minh City and Hanoi, we are tending to like make people think like have the value that Tabasco not only they are suitable with like Western cuisines, they are also suitable with like Asian, Vietnamese and Vietnamese cuisines overall.
Okay, thank you.